Okay, let me just share my screen here. So I'm Ferdy Lowe, and I'm with the Health Technology Department of Doctors at BC. And our whole purpose is to help you use your EMRs better and more functional, to save you time and not to make it more work and more hassles. So I hope in sharing these typing templates, you will learn of a few tricks that can make your day a bit better. So first of all, what is a typing template? We're creating a shortcut that you can just type a few characters and generate a whole lot of text that you often use. So I'm going to show you here. I've got a test patient open. I open a new encounter for it. And then say, for instance, there's a new patient that you're attached and you've got a whole lot of questions in a new attachment visit that you would like to ask, and you've written it down, but you would like to have it here in this visit. So I have got a shortcut where I just type AT and then I hit the backslash. The backslash is above the enter on your computer key, and voila, there is the whole lot of text written in that you can use for your visit there. So instead of having to type that or copy and paste it in, you can do it quickly like that. Something else, let me just delete all of this. If you're often writing notes and to messages and you need to sign them at the bottom with your name and the date, then a short one that we've made here is called identity, date, and time. So I just type IDT and I hit the backslash. And so there is my initials in and the date and the time. So when I send a message to colleagues or I reply on something, I can just type at the end of my thing IDT, oops, and hit the backslash, and there the whole note is dated and identified by me. So this is the type of things that we're using typing templates for. And today's purpose is to teach you how to make your own and to see what is available that you can find useful. Say, for instance, you start using AI Scribe and you would like to get consent from your patient that, yes, you may use the AI Scribe, and you need to document that in your visit. So you would like to have something in your visit that says AI consent and said the patient agrees to the, if I can spell better, usage of an AI scribe during consultations. And you would like to include that in every time you do that with a new patient because you just started it. You don't want to retype that every time. So here's a quick trick how to create it. I just highlight what I want in my typing template. And then you can see there are two T's, TT for typing template. Normally it's grayed out, but as soon as you highlight your text there, then it's available. And that will create a new typing template. So I hit that, and then it's asking me what is the code you want to use for that. I want to have a short code, so I just type AIC, and that is something that I will have to remember. And that's the code that I'll call it up with. And here I've got it. And then I say, correct any mistakes. Like if you want to make that a heading, you can say, okay, make that bigger. How do I do that? I think there it is more bold, or there I can make it bigger and say, okay. So we create the AIC, the code, and that is what we will type. So just hit okay there. And let's delete what I've got there. And now I just type AIC and I hit backslash, and there it is. And so you can, from now, whenever you type AIC and backslash, you put that string in. But you can make it a bit smarter. You don't want that PT in there. So let's go and look at how do we maintain our templates. So under maintenance, on the main menu, you will find an option that says templates. So main menu, maintenance, templates, and you can do documents or typing templates is what we're looking at now. So I open that, and there are my typing templates that I've created. So this is the one that I want to correct something in. So let's double click there, and that opens it for me. And now I can edit it, and here are a lot of stuff that I can do. So I don't want to write the PT. I want to put the patient's name in. And now Profile's got a fancy way that you can do that. If you look over here on the right, there is something for attachments where you can insert objects, or you can insert a variable. Now we want to go and insert a variable. I click there, and they call these print variables. So I want to put in the patient's name. So if I just type in name and I search for name, then there I find full name, last name, but don't be fooled. That is the doctor's full name and last name. You can see here below that tells you where it's going to. So let's search a bit further. Okay, there's a full name, and that is an encounter full name of a POS. We don't want that. Search a bit more. We want to get a patient name. So there are letter patient doc alt. So that's a doc name. We don't want that. Search more. Doctor usual is not what we want. And there we've got it. Patient first name. Let's scroll down a bit. And there is the patient full name. So this is how you can find some print variables, like a date and current time are also in this list, and that is how you can create stuff. So let's say I want the full name there. I click OK, and there that is written in. And now let's test it. So I click OK to accept this, and let's just move this slightly out of the way. We're going to jump back to this window, and let's go and try what does AIC do now. And there it says AI consent for Aaron test. Agree, that's the patient name. Agrees to the usage of an AI scribe during consultations. So there we've created a nice, hopefully useful template. If our typing template, and you can do whole soap note templates in as well. So let's delete this. Let me see, where am I on my... yeah, so some people, they've got their custom template for soap notes, and they don't know another way to create it. So I've got here a soap basic. So I just type soap B. That is one that I've customized. And when I hit backslash, so there is my soap note in. One can have way more complicated stuff in, and then actually you can go over here to see, okay, what is it and how to edit it and improve it. So the other template I had a look at, that identity one, the IDT, identity, date and time. So that put the initials there. Say, for instance, I want to change that, but I don't see IDT here. So what's happening? I've got a filter on that says owned by me. So let's go and change it and say all typing templates. And let's see, scroll up. There is IDT. It's available to everyone. And if I double click on that, I say there it says letter log on user ID. That is where it get my initials. So it just uses the ID. If I wanted to put my full name in there, then I can go and see, is there another thing for the login user? So I can search here for logged on. And let's see if I find anything there. I should type logged on user. And search. And I still don't find anything. So what is happening here? The secret is this one here, show only used items. So what this one does, it shows you all these with the green dots. That means it's the one that's being used in your clinic. Those are the most popular ones. So if I take that away, and now I can see all of them. So let's search again. If I search for logged on, so there is logged on user. And I can open this. And so there I've got all the details of the logon user. At the moment I'm using ID, but I want to put in full name. So I say, okay. Later logged on user full name is the printing variable I select. And let's delete that previous one there. And say, okay. And let's see if that's working. So I go back into where I tested, IDT that I've changed now. And there it puts in my whole name. So that is a way to change things. Now, another thing that you might have seen are these little brackets here around some stuff. If you go to your keyboard and you press F4, F4 jumps you between all those placeholders. So those placeholders you can use for something useful, or you can just make it as something to jump to, or you can put options in there. Let me quickly show you how we're going to do that. Now, okay, yeah. So let's go and look. I'm just going to clean up here and bring in another template. I think I called it HX. Oh, I haven't created that one yet. Let me just see, where did I put that one? Okay, it's not this one. I think it was in here. Let me just check this one. Yeah. HST is the one that I should have used. So here in this template, we see there just after occupation are just two markers. There is something where I'm testing, and there is a yes, no. Let's go and see how that is working. So let's type in here HST and backslash, and it doesn't work because HST belongs to some other template that's not a typing template, but maybe a printer template form or a letter template. So we can't get in there. So let's just see here. We've got, okay, we don't want to look at that one. So I want to modify this one. And if you open it, you can't change that name there. Nothing can be done there. And we want to give it a new name so that it's accessible to you. So what I'm going to do is I right-click on it and say duplicate. So you can't change the name. You've got to duplicate the template. And now I can give it the name, and I want to call it HX. And okay, should it be available to everyone? No, this is my private one. I'm not going to give it to everyone. And let's just say yes. And let's now try if I use HX, and there it is. So now I can go use my F4 key and jump there to yes, no. Then I can say, is it yes or no? It should be no. So I hit enter or space, and that wiped out the yes. And there we sit with no. And then I can go to the next one and say drugs and unknown or never. Let's say the patient tells you never, then you can change it like that. F4 again takes me to the next placeholder, which would be there. And then you can say, yes, fill in that variable. And that's a way that you can customize fields in your typing template. Now, another option that some people know of and some don't is that you can include pictures here as well. So if you're in your encounter and you can go and search, insert some stuff. Let me see there. Insert a picture. I think that is where we get it. Okay, no, let's go to that one. Let me just make this a bit wider. You can see you can insert attachments or pictures, or you can get a picture from the library. And if we go to the library, So say, for instance, I do a feet examine. So where are we going to? Arms, hands, there are legs and feet. And say, I want, what else do they have here? Left foot. And say, okay. And there I've got that. Now I want to put that in a template. So again, you can see there the TT is grayed out. So if I press Ctrl A to highlight everything, now I can go to TT and it's going to create a template for me. And then I can call this template whatever I want to do and give it some comments and who I want to make it available for, and go and edit it. And that way you can create a nice template so that you can just include stuff the way you want it to be. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to close this. So we're not going to do that now for time's sake. I just want to show you that that is a possibility that we can create here. We don't want to save that. And if you want to know how to use this, you just double click on that. And then there's an image editor open, and you can say, I want to use a red thick pen. And then you can highlight whatever you want to make attention for in the picture for your notes. And whether you get it from selected in here or you get it from a typing template, it works the same way. So that is all that I had to present up to this stage. So there's some time for questions. If you've got some question, please feel free to ask. Let's see.
Perfect. So I'm not seeing anything just yet in the Q&A box, but I encourage anyone, if you have some questions on that, please feel free to. And we'll keep the floor open for a minute or two to see if anything comes in, and then if not, we can move on to the next subject. But if anything does come up later, we can always wrap around at the end to discuss it. I guess the only thing I will also maybe mention, Ferdy, so you sort of demonstrated the placeholders. I don't think that there is a specific button to like just plop the placeholders in. From my experience, I think what you can do is you just grab any of the print variables and just delete everything that is inside of it, and replace it with whatever you need, or keep it blank. So like, for instance, you have...
I discovered something today.
Oh, did you?
You want to add a placeholder?
Oh, is that the button?
Icon, insert a placeholder. Sorry,
Perfect.
you caught me out. I should have showed that. And then you can do your yes in that, and you can make another one and say no. Thanks, Nicholas. Very good remark of yours there.
Perfect. Awesome. All right, we'll just give it another moment here. See if anything comes in. Again, if you're not seeing the Q&A box, it should be in the toolbar. So if you kind of go down to the bottom of your screen, the toolbar will pop up. If it's not in that toolbar immediately, if you go to the very right, there should be a More button. If you click on that, it kind of reveals more options in there, and one of them should be Q&A.
Okay, I just wanted to show that there is where you can do attachments. If you want to put an attachment in your typing template, you can get it from that icon there. And so there you can include pictures and documents and stuff like that as well. You can change fonts, and you can change the font color. So it's got a lot of options of what can be done. You can do more of the formatting, and subscripts and superscripts are available. When you do something like that, this by default, the include font is not ticked. You've got to tick it if you want to keep the fonts that you set here. Otherwise, you're going to lose it every time.
Perfect. No, that's a really good tip. Yeah, and I guess at the start of your kind of presentation, you sort of highlighted the power of the tool, in that sometimes you type something out and it's long, and then you realize, I type this out every single time. Why am I doing that? create it as a typing template, do it once. You can kind of edit it to make it a little bit more generic or put it in those variables to just make it really, really powerful.